You ever been at work and felt like you were going super fast, but you were going absolutely nowhere? Listen, you are not alone. It is not a stop sign, but it is a signal. Let's talk about it. Dearly beloved, we are their well-being. What's going on, good people? Welcome back to another episode of Elevate. Don't hesitate. Hope all is well in your world. So listen, we're going to jump right into it. Listen, I know sometimes you may feel stuck at work. You may feel as if you've been doing the same thing and nothing's changing for you, and you may feel like it's a stop sign. It's an opportunity for you to do something different, and it is. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a stop sign. I think it's a signal to kind of pivot and change and look at the direction in which we're growing. So I'm going to give you 3 things today that I think are going to help you as you try to navigate the thing that you're doing. All right, in this season of maybe feeling stuck and how you can get unstuck. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to understand the power of rewriting the narrative. Rewrite the narrative. So many times, again, so let's listen from this perspective. As a creative, like, we're always trying to figure out the next thing. Like, where does this line go? What's the next word that should go here? When I go into corporations, like, what do I see that maybe they can change, or what do I see that oh, this is the answers right there for you? My job is to make things as simple as possible. Okay. My job is to make things as simple as possible. And so I always love helping people, in essence, see things like a creative. So the number one thing I want you to do is rewrite your narrative. Rewrite your narrative. So many times our language is the deficit. It is not the things that we're doing, it's the language that we use. Think about this. If you're at a job and you say, man, I've been here 25 years and I've been doing the same thing for 25 years. For 25 years, I've been doing the same thing. Your language kind of shows us like what you think about yourself and what you think about your job. But if you were to rewrite the narrative, and see, this is where people get it messed up, because they think that because you work somewhere, the place where you work controls the narrative. No, 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 no. You control the narrative. You are in charge of the narrative for your own life. I don't care where you are, where you get dropped into, you still control the narrative. How? So instead of talking about, I've been here 25 years and I've been doing the same thing. No, the language now becomes, I've been here 25 years and I've been mastering a certain set of skills. I've been here 25 years and I've been building relationships. I've been here 25 years and I've been showing how much of an asset I am to the things that I do and the skill set that I have. Boom. Language changed. It totally changes how, as an outsider, how I see you. And you should hopefully change how you see yourself, because now your mindset is not stuck in, I've been doing the same thing and it's just this. Your mindset now shifts to, I've been here 25 years and these are the things that I've been doing. This is the skill set that I bring to the table. These are the things that I've mastered. So you have to learn to change the language so that you can rewrite the narrative. When you rewrite the narrative and you control the narrative, man, you can control everything. I don't care what's in front of you. I don't care what people are saying. I don't care about any of the other things. You have to learn to rewrite the narrative. And in corporate spaces, at so many workshops and so many things I do, so many trainings, I see people who are just stuck in a limited belief about themselves and about the place where they work. And once we can like shift those limiting beliefs, man, it unlocks something in them that's so powerful. And the employers love it, because they're like, wow, like, what did you do? How did you do that? And I'm like, we just unlocked the thinking. We just unlocked the narrative that they had about themselves and they had about where they worked. And it totally changes the game. Second thing I want us to do is I want us to focus on the DOS method. So a lot of you guys know that I bring brain science into my keynotes. I mix it with spoken word poetry and business insights and storytelling, and I blend it all together. The brain is a powerful, powerful tool. And there are some chemicals that we have that are, I mean, I call them all the time, they're undeniable. They're undeniable game changers. And so today we're going to focus on the DOS method, which is dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin. These 3 chemicals are very mighty and powerful in what they do. And so here's how I wanted to relate to what we're doing. I want you to think about dopamine, and I want you to think about like just the little small things you can do every single day to get a win. Life is hard, man. I akin it to us being salmon swimming upstream. It's tough. We just trying to get home every day. Just trying to get home. But what are the small little wins that you can have every day? Are there certain reports that you know you can knock out in the first 45 minutes of work? And you know I'm going to get 100% accuracy rate on these reports because I know them like the back of my hand. I can knock them out easily. Look at those reports as a challenge to say, hey, what? I'm going to get these reports done, get them done correctly, get them done accurately. Boom. I got a win already and it's 9:45. Sometimes you just need to get those little mini micro wins that will help you to boost that dopamine and keep you moving on the right path and going where you're trying to go. The second thing I want us to focus on is oxytocin. Oxytocin is the beautiful thing that allows us to just to build with people, to have empathy, to understand what it means to build community. So in at work, like what if you just wrote a quick note to somebody that's helped you, a mentor or a fellow employee, and you're just like, hey, I just want to send you a note of gratitude and just say thank you for just what you've done and how you've been helping me along the path and doing what I do, man. Like that's gonna make them feel great. Well, guess what? It's gonna make you feel good too. And that's the beautiful thing about oxytocin is that it allows us to bond with people. It allows us to build community, to build relationships. So if you focus on doing those things again, it becomes a place. Work becomes a place that is not a place where I'm stuck. It's a place where I have community. It's a place where I feel like I'm needed and I'm wanted, and other people feel that from me. So oxytocin is the second thing, and the third thing I want us to think about building in this DOS method is serotonin. Okay, think about a time where you were at work and you just killed it. I mean, you just killed it. I mean, everybody was giving you the golf clap. Like, I mean, you just did an amazing job. And what that felt like. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you have to remind yourself who you are. You got to remind you of you sometimes because sometimes you forget. Sometimes you forget that you are, as the kids say, you are him or you are her. All right. You forget that sometimes that you are that person. All right. And I need you to remember. And so serotonin is that thing that's going to help us remember who we are, remember what we've done. So that's the DOS method. And the third thing that I want us to do is I want us to shake it up. Shake it up. Switch it up, flip it up, whatever you want to say. Listen, do you have to have that meeting in your office every single time you have that meeting? Can you not go into like the conference room? Do you have to stay in the same space every single time and do the same things the same way every single time? If you do, that's fine, but if you don't, like what other ways could you flip it up? Think about this. Are there other departments who you can go into respectfully and say, hey, like I noticed this and I just felt like this would be like a cool, innovative thing for you guys to do. Or even in your own department, I felt like we could do this differently. We could do this on Tuesdays. We could do this instead, you know, in helping us to just not be so monotonous in our approach. Flip it up, change it up, shake it up. What it does is it causes you and it causes your brain to not be in this space of boredom, to not be in this space of monotony. See, that's what happens at work. Our brains are used to our patterns. We have the same pattern for every single thing we do, and our brain knows it. So we start daydreaming. We start thinking about sleep. We start doing all these other things that are not connected to work because we're bored, because our brains are bored. We're not pushing ourselves. We're not challenging ourselves. And so I want you to push yourself outside of the comfort zone, push yourself outside of the box, shake it up a little bit, switch it up, flip it up, and see what happens. I promise you, it'll be an amazing thing for you. It'll be an amazing thing for your business. So what I want you to do, I want you to rewrite your narrative. I want you to think about implementing the DOS method. And the third thing I want you to do is I want you to shake it up. I want you to get out of your comfort zone, get out of doing the same thing over and over and over again. Listen, feeling stuck is not a sign to stop. Feeling stuck is not a sign to stop. Feeling stuck is a sign to shift. Just shift. And sometimes the little small shifts can do amazing things for us. Okay? You want to build movement. You want to build momentum. And we do that by building with other people. We do that by getting out of our comfort zone. We do that by rewriting our narrative so that we can tell the story the way that we need to tell it, so that our brains will react in a way that says, oh, I haven't just been here 25 years. I've been building skills. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. And it changes how your brain sees it. And your brain activates another level and says, okay, well, let's get to it. Let's figure out what's next then. So we got to get out of our own way sometimes. And that's going to help us grow. And it's going to help us go exactly where we want to go. Listen, if your business could use a shake up, if you could use some help in shifting your language, shifting your mindset, shifting how you see a thing, shifting how you approach your business, how you approach business insights. If you are looking for a keynote speaker, I would love to communicate with you and talk about how I can come in and help you make things simple. That's it. Make them simple. Not going to be complicated at all. We're going to take the complicated things and we're going to make them simple, make them easy, make you look like a superstar, the superstar that you are, because that's what I do. That's my expertise. So I would love to come in and talk to you and help your business grow through a keynote, through a workshop, or through a training. Definitely let me know how I can help you. And I would love to connect with you. And I'm going to leave you guys like I always do. Until next time, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see y'all on the flip side. Until then, peace.